there! Welcome to Apple World. What's more, he's utilizing music and diversion to traffic, tutored by Clive Davis. Now, supposedly, Diddy got kneeling down for Clive Davis in 1994. I'm here to say that sexual openness does exist. And for me, I went to it after my second marriage fizzled. And I dated ladies and I dated a couple of men, and I cut off my friendship with a man. Jaguar R spills some new tea on charges about Diddy being AS dealer, and she guarantees that Diddy figured out how to do it from his coach, Clive Davis. So you all know at this point that Diddy settled his claim with Cassie after she sued him for DVSA and dealing anyway. This isn't the end of legitimate difficulty for Diddy and two additional supposed casualties. Pay forward blaming Diddy for say word on the road is that there are a lot more ladies and men who were purportedly disregarded by Diddy. Yet it's not only Diddy as indicated by Jaguar Wright. The music business is brimming with influential men who utilize their position to traffic and say youngsters, and one of them is purportedly Clive Davis, perhaps the most remarkable figure in the recording business, who assisted Diddy with beginning Awful Kid amusement. So what truly occurred among Clive and Diddy, and is Diddy's relationship with Clive? The explanation for his supposed violations was never completely examined, so we should get into it. I truly believe he's simply an outrageous egotist who loves power. He adores the capacity to control individuals. Undoubtedly, on the grounds that he was misled by his tutor, Cassie's claim against Diddy was only the start, and in the only week since Diddy settled with Cassie, additional upsetting charges surfaced about him, and ladies, one asserted casualty who distinguished herself as Euphoria Dickerson. Neil recorded a common suit against Diddy in New York High Court, and she's requesting a preliminary by jury. She guarantees that back in 1991, she consented to go on a supper date with Diddy. And during their date, he spiked her beverage, bringing about her being in an actual state where she couldn't freely stand or stroll as per Neil. Diddy drove her to a spot he was remaining at and continued to speak to her. And on the grounds that she was affected by the substance, Diddy purportedly sneaked through her beverage. Neil guaranteed she was missing the mark on actual capacity or intellectual ability to battle. Brushes off. She likewise charges that Diddy recorded the paper and days after the fact. A male companion told her that he saw the video and that Diddy showed it to everybody as per the suit. Neil quickly documented police reports in New York and New Jersey and addressed a few examiners wanting to squeeze charges anyway. They told her claims should be certified. In the interim, a third affirmed casualty recorded a common suit guaranteeing that Diddy and vocalist Aaron Corridor alternated trying her back in the mid-90s. The one who decided to remain mysterious asserted she went to an all-nighter at Aaron Lobby's condo. When Diddy went after her, the claim expresses that after Combs wrapped up doing his business, Jane Doe laid in bed, stunned and damaged as she was currently getting dressed. Corridor burst into the room, nailed her down, and constrained Jane Doe to have with him. In the meantime, unsubstantiated reports likewise began circling with additional casualties that will approach soon, both male and female. As per a few sources, Diddy supposedly tried a portion of the male sword laborers that he paid to take part with Cassie in constrained freak-offs. Diddy's guardian, Gene Barr Gain, likewise affirmed in another meeting that Diddy employed those male laborers for him, and he additionally expressed that throughout the long term Diddy had many experiences with men at Turkish showers. He didn't believe it should return to him in a way you realize he employing individuals. He going to put everything on her cuz he understood what he preferred, cuz she wasn't simply recruiting it for her don't get that effed up craftsmanship, assuming you believe that she was employing those mat Luhores for herself. Nah, sit tight beyond Turkish showers for him. Guess what they do in the Turkish showers? That is where a ton of gay men meet, and they all clean up together 2 times, some of the time 3 times each week. Me and the driver be outside. He'll run into the Turkish shower. Now, Diddy. Sexuality to the side, that is not the part we want to zero in on. It's the way that Diddy has been purportedly trying and dealing ladies and people for quite a long time, and as per Jaguar Wright, the main explanation he's pulled off, it is a direct result of his associations with other claimed dealers in the business like Clive Davis. In her meeting with Storm Monroe, Puma guaranteed that Diddy could have been prepped and tried by his late guide, Uptown Records pioneer Andre Hare, who was thus prepped by his guide, his guy. Clive Davis Jaguar said that Diddy uses his situation in the business to traffic all kinds of people, and he supposedly gained everything from Andre and Clive. My concentration right now is scene. Comes okay. Explain to us why. Since he's a dealer and he's utilizing music and diversion to traffic currently, this will be this fair young man. Young ladies, grown-ups, from what I've heard from sources that I would consider dependable, it truly doesn't make any difference. Wow, I don't think sexuality is something that has a say in orientation as of now. I sincerely believe he's simply an outrageous egomaniac who loves power. He adores the capacity to control individuals. No doubt, since he was exploited by his coach, who loved to control individuals, and his guide was Onder. Well, tell us how he was. Tutor by Clive Davis Puma brought up that Andre Harold terminated Diddy from Uptown Keeps in 1993, and within only 2 weeks, Diddy sent off his own name, Terrible Kid, Rapidly Marvelous Uptown back in 2019. Diddy shared his recognition for Clive, saying Clive Davis and Arista Records gave me an opportunity when I was beginning Terrible Kid diversion. He was one of the main business chiefs to truly trust in me. I'm everlastingly thankful for him. And currently, as per Puma's just explanation, he has the option to fabricate the Terrible Kid realm so rapidly on the grounds that he offered a few courtesies to see. Andre got ignored. Like, how would you go from being the leader of Uptown and losing your whole organization to your understudy like Little Guy began as an assistant Jaguar, likewise proposed that Clive assisted Diddy with covering up his 1991 city school occurrence. When 9 youngsters were killed during a rush at a cause b-ball game that did he coordinate, the casualties included kids and 1 pregnant lady, the sweetheart of rapper Father MC, who was endorsed to Uptown Record, and he got savvy and he paid attention to every one of his guides, generally Clive Davis. And he won like not entirely set in stone to win like no one realized that he's still up in the air to win like that entire thing with Father MC. He covered that thing genuine quick, and he didn't have legitimate security, he didn't have appropriate grants, and there was a rush and Father MC's lady got stomped on to death, and how approaches covering up something to that effect, well, clearly you pay individuals from everything I've been. Ian said to Diddy rejected obligation for this misfortune anyway. As per different sources, the occasion was overbooked, and Diddy wouldn't pay attention to his security when they cautioned him that somebody could bite the dust. Now, with respect to Clive Davis and Diddy, as per one visually impaired thing, the explanation Clive assisted Diddy with featuring a Terrible Kid is on the grounds that Diddy purportedly assumed Andre Harold's position as Clive's Don Juan. So Clive Davis is over Arista, which is over Diddy's Terrible Kid record presently. Supposedly, purportedly, Diddy got kneeling down for CLI Davis in 1994, and that is the way Awful Kid Records came about. Diddy and CLI share a great deal in like manner. Not just have they made false claims about trying and dealing with young fellows and ladies, yet in addition, many individuals who worked with them wound up kicking the bucket under strange conditions. In Clive's situation, there's a well-established scheme that he had something to do with Whitney Houston's demise on February 11, 2012. Whitney was seen dead in her bath at the Beverly Hilton lodging, where Clive was setting up his pregram's party when Clive was informed that Whitney passed on. He chose to proceed with the party, a choice that raised a ton of eyebrows since individuals couldn't comprehend how Clive and every one of these other CBS could party while Whitney's dead body was higher up. And yes, Diddy moreover celebrated the night Whitney kicked the bucket. As a matter of fact, as per this article from Diversion, week by week, Diddy was hospitalized for an extreme headache that he created in the wake of getting back from the post-Grammy party he facilitated at the Playboy Mansion. Upon returning to bits of gossip about Clive and Diddy's relationship, we realized that Clive emerged as sexually open in 2013. He was